What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the star changes, what's going on with them, why I do not like this, why I think this is a bad idea, especially for players who are not dropping $1,000 on high-end, on new legendary characters. Pretty much your free-to-play, your smaller spenders are all going to be affected negatively by this star change. Why this is such a bad idea, kind of show some math in terms of what's going on here and what you can expect with these star changes when they go forward later on when the raids go live. We're going to talk about that all in today's video. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into it. So what's going on with star changes? Basically, in a future update, likely when raids go live later this month, 4 to 7 star characters are going to see a significant boost in their stats. Not so much of 4 stars, but 7 star characters are going to see a ginormous increase in their stats, a ridiculous amount. 6 star characters are going to basically get double what they're getting now, but you're going to get a 2x increase, or basically a 200% increase in stats on 7 star characters. This is going to basically make a 7 star character meta, and this is going to cause issues in arena, especially if someone went for a 5-star Elrond team. They're going to get destroyed by 7 star characters in there. The stat boost is so huge that basically if you went for Isengard, if you pursued Isengard hard, you can now run them in arena and just roll right over a lot of your Elrond teams. And I'd say now, basically when the patch goes live, those high power, especially if you've been farming stars on Isengard, you're just going to roll right over Elrond teams in arena. That's kind of how ridiculous this is. Just to put that in perspective, a brand new legendary team that people spent money on is going to get destroyed by free-to-play teams. So, you know, your spenders are already getting a little upset with that. But also, if you're free-to-play, you should care, because this means that a lot of the high-end PvE content, which is pretty much the only content we have in the game right now, is also going to be buffed. In that now, if you don't have high stars on your campaign characters, well, now you're going to struggle more in your tier 6 challenges, your chapter 5, chapter 6 missions, and Shadow and Light campaign, especially in Shadow campaign, chapter 4, mission 7 on, and chapter 5 hard Shadow, which is already very difficult, is now going to be even more difficult because they are adjusting it so that you have to have higher stars on these characters. They do say they want to keep the win rate consistent, but it's CG. We all know this means that they're gonna make you want to get higher stars on your characters in the campaigns. I've already said my piece to CG Hemophilus. I'm not thrilled. I know a lot of people who spent money on Elrond are not thrilled. If we only spent enough to get us 5-star Elrond, this has suddenly made that investment a whole lot less worthwhile. We could have been spending it. We could have spent those gems on like an Isengard team and just built that up, and we would have been better off. So yeah, your spenders right now are not happy. Your free to play, once this goes live, are gonna get like just blindsided by this, and then they're not going to be happy. Really, the only people I can say that are going to be happy from this change are going to be the people who pushed 6 and 7 stars on Elrond. They spent a lot of money. We're talking $1,200 for a 7-star Elrond, thereabouts. Yeah, I mean, how many people are going to be able to spend that kind of money on a legendary event? And I don't know if that's their plan, if CG is trying to make this a thing where they want people to spend. They're trying to put, like, obviously they do want people to do it, but I don't know if they're being strong-armed into doing this. I don't know if this is a fire sale kind of move. I don't want to get too conspiratorial on it, but this is something where they clearly made something around, they made a solid 6-figure amount off of Elrond already, and we can estimate there's about 25 players who got a 7-star Elrond, which comes out to around $27,000 for those 25 players to get Elrond. So upwards of 30 grand, depending on your luck. But you know, that's not an insignificant amount of money. That's a decent amount. They got a decent amount of money from Elrond, so they made money off of Elrond. And I just don't know if someone said, well, that's not enough, we need to do more. But yeah, I have a feeling they're going to see a lot of backlash from this, especially especially the stuff with PvE, like all of this is going to be an issue. And if let's talk about some math and why this is going to be an issue. Let's talk about Azak. So Azak is a new Isengard character, or not a new Isengard character. I don't know why I said that. He is your significant damage dealer for Isengard. And it's through his Cold Weak ability where he attacks the most wounded enemy. Now, right now, maxed out at 5 stars, this deals around 14,000 damage, okay? Now, if you have him at 5 stars right now, and when the boost goes, and when the thing goes live, the change to the star counts, when that goes live, you're going to see about a 3,000 damage increase on this. So you're talking about 17,000 damage at that point. All right. But now if you go to 6 stars, you're going to see this change to, I'd say, about 5,000 to 6,000 damage on this. So now you're going to see a pretty significant increase. But when you take him to 7 stars under the new changes, this ability is now going to get an increase of about 8,000 damage on this ability maxed out at 7 stars, gear 8. That's huge. You're basically doubling the damage that this ability is going to deal just by going up to 6 stars. And at 7 stars, you're going to see a pretty significant boost. So, yeah, this is now to be fair, you're also going to see increases to health and resistance and armor and everything. But this has made it where now stars are going to be king for characters. And this was not something necessarily new. In Galaxy of Heroes, you had to take your characters to 7 stars to push the newer gear levels and then take your relics. There was only one character that ever went by that ever got past that, and that was Hux, because they forgot to add gear 12 character on a gear 12 gear on him to get him up to gear 12, meaning that you could take him at like 3 stars to gear 12 and then start working on like your relics and everything. It was really funny, and they just kind of left it. But pretty much in Galaxy Heroes, stars matter for the most part. But it took a long time in Galaxy Heroes for stars to really make a huge difference. And with this, stars are going to be king. And this causes another issue where this gold economy still sucks. And if the screenshots of what we're getting from the Warrior Raid go through, that gold economy is not going to really change. So free-to-play are still going to be left significantly behind because they just can't get the gold to level up, to boost the stars on these characters. Like what are you going to do? You can't farm that much gold. So you're stuck in you're free-to-play stuck in a point where, yeah, okay, they can get up to like 5 stars, but the gear or the gold required to get up to 6 and 7 stars, that's a lot for free-to-play to farm. And unless there's significant changes to the gold economy, they're just going to be falling even farther behind. Like, on the surface, it looks like this is something that just kind of affects like your whales, but free-to-play are going to be significantly affected by this when this goes live. So the only people who are really benefiting from this are going to be your players, your players who spent the money to get up to 7 stars, to get up to 6 stars. Your Dolphins who spent to get a 5-star Elrond, now they're going to basically realize that they should have just spent money to farm up an Isengard team instead. Like, that's what's so ridiculous about this star change, is that there was a significant reduction in value for a lower star Elrond. And I'm not gonna condone people getting chargebacks on money they spent on Elrond, but I would not be surprised to see players try to explore that. We'll see what people do, but yeah, right now, this star change is going to pretty much affect most people, and I don't think it's a good idea. I've said my piece to Hemophilus. I think she's also probably talking to people at CG. Based on the amount of people that complain to her, she's probably got a lot of feedback to give back to the development team. What they do with it, we'll see. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a quick video talking about the star change, and we'll talk about some of these other characters that are releasing here soon. Like, for instance, I think Legolas is going to be a very good character. If you are pursuing an elf team but don't have that Elrond lead yet, Legolas is going to be very good. Yeah, I mean, we've got other stuff to talk about, but I did want to get this out first because this, I think, is a very important issue. I know Dorky Dad's probably going to also talk about it in a video. He and I are pretty much in agreement in that this is a really, really bad change for a lot of players out there. we'll see what CG does. Well, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with my thoughts? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down below. Again, if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.